Shalom, shalom. Call halal Yahweh Shemal Shai Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutations to the Akim, my fellow laborers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. To the confusion of face Akim that are joined unto our ranks. To the Akwaf, the hopefully elect out there that are listening and learning. This is a continuation of part 2 of the 3 classes of men. And we're going to get into the third and final class, which is the Israelites, which should have been obvious. We already mentioned the first 2 in part 1. And I'm going to use a little bit of the footage from this video. Who are the Neolites, the tallest, darkest, thinnest people on earth? And they are relics of dark-skinned Negroid-looking Hamites holding Israelites who are also dark Negroid type with cornrows in captivity. The Hamites were known for their height. You know, the Philistines for their height. So a lot of those taller tribes like the Watutsi and mainly the Watutsi, those are the remnant of the Philistines, and they've been pushed out of their original home and down further into the continent which they were a part of. So they're pushed further south into Africa, down into the sub-Sahara and all that. They were pushed out of Egypt when Esau conquered and took over and started calling themselves Egyptians. That was the Ptolemies. Okay, so let's play a little bit of this this video and then we get into some scriptures.
I often wondered where the vernacular... When I was a kid, I often wondered where the vernacular for the racial categorization in the United States came from. I mean, are white people really white?
No.
Or are they more of a pinkish tan?
Yes.
Obviously, Asians don't have yellow skin, and Native Americans aren't really red, and black people aren't really the color black. However, one of my favorite groups on Earth to learn about that gets almost no attention in the Western world are the Nilotes of Sub-Saharan Africa.
So he pretty much said everything that we say. All right? Whites are not white, they're pink. They're red. Pink is a derivative of red. Asians, so-called, are not yellow. And yellow is a derivative of brown. When you go to Asia, there's a lot of dark brown Asians all over the place. And he said that black people aren't really black. They're brown. And if you look at the skin on these people, they're brown. They're really dark brown, chocolate, like chocolate. All right? Black would be like the cover of this this phone there. Black, chocolate brown. As a matter of fact, let's go back to the Negroids. Clearly brown. He said black people aren't really black. They're brown. So the whole black-white thing is a false narrative which was created by Esau Edom. Okay? So let's go to the origin of nations and to the table of nations in Genesis. All right, because there were 18 nations created on earth, and we're actually going to read about them and how they came to be. All right, Genesis the 10th chapter, and you please write these scriptures down, read them for yourself. This is Genesis the 10th chapter and verse 2. All right, and it says, verse 1, it says, now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them sons were born after the flood. So to the sons of Noah, the races are counted through the lines of Shem, through the lines of Ham, and through the lines of Japheth, Noah's sons. Okay? Now it says the sons of Japheth, Salakia. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, that's 1, Magog, that's 2, and Madai, that's 3, and Javan, that's 4, Tubal, that's 5, Meshach, that's 6, and Tyrus, that's 7. 7 of the nations that were created by the Most High, right there out of the 18 nations. All right? Mind you, these nations that I'm reading about, all people on the earth are connected to them. There are only 18 nations still on earth today. So you can see how Esau turned everything upside down once he got dominion. How many people do they claim to be in languages? They all go back to those 18 nations. All right? And all dialects are offshoots of the original dialects. And the original dialect in the earth was Hebrew. Once upon a time, all people spoke Hebrew. That's the pure language. That's the language of heaven. And that's the language which is going to return to earth. And not that the Yiddish-based false Hebrew, which is spoken in the land of Israel today by the Israelis. That's a language that's written in Hebrew characters, but yet there are other languages mixed into it. All right? I'm going to jump down to verse 6. It says, and the sons of Ham, this is Genesis 10 and 6, Cush, Mizraim, and Put, and Canaan. All right? So that's 4. So 4 plus 7 is 11. All right? Now I'm going to jump to the sons of Shem. All right? In verse 22. And it says, and the children of Shem, Elam, Asher, Aphaxad, Lud, and Aram. That's 5. 11 and 5 is 16. So we have 16 nations. Okay? 16 nations. All right? And here's where the other 2 come from. All right? When you get to verse 27 in chapter 11, it says, now these are the generations of Terah, and Terah begot Abram, all right, and Nahor and Haram begot Lot. Okay? Lot's 2 sons, Ammon and Moab, became nations. Okay? That's your 18 nations. Ammon and Moab are the so-called Japanese and Chinese, and all the people of Asia come out of Ammon or Moab. All right? Hence the reason why they're finally getting back together and coming against Esau. Okay? Those are your 14 nations. Okay? And Abram and Lot, okay, Abram, and Lot are Hebrews. And let's prove that with Scripture. This is Genesis 14 and 13. And there came one that had escaped and told Abram the Hebrew, for he dwelt in the plain of Mari. Okay, so and it said, and the Ammonite brother of Ishkar and the brother of Aner, and these were confederate with Abram. All right, so Abram was a Hebrew, and so was his nephew Lot. Why? Because Lot came out of his brother Haran. All right, and then Lot ended up having 2 ancestrous children with his daughters who got him drunk and basically raped him. You know, the whole Me Too thing. They got him drunk and blasted out of his mind. And a drunk man who's passed out, his rod will still get up. And that's what those 2 wicked daughters did. They got Lot drunk. They got his rod up and they rode him until he came in them. And they both bear 2 children. And that's Ammon and Moab. All right. And it's funny, too, how, you know, and you know, when you have incest, it often creates children that have that look of Down syndrome. And, you know, and that's that epicantic fold in the eye. All right. And Ammon and Moab, their whole race have that epicantic fold. So you just find that a strange coincidence, or was it, you know, done from on high? But that's besides the point. It's not the point of this lesson. Okay, so now we've identified the 16 races of the 18 races of people. All right, and we identified that one out of those 18, one was the wicked. That's Esau, Edom. We've proven that with the scriptures. We've proven that with scripture and prophecy. Okay, then all the other, and then we have the Israelites, which is the last one. Those are the sons of God. Okay, and then you have the other 16 nations, which are the sons of men, the heathen, the Gentiles. Okay, so now let's go to Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter. Okay, and when you read verses 1 through 7, the Israelites were supposed to exterminate these Hamites, but they didn't. All right, so now we're mixed in them. As a matter of fact, when you go to Amos, the 9th chapter, the 7th verse, it kind of talks about that. You know, Ham and Israel looked a lot alike. And you have to remember, in their early stages, they mixed and mingled and had lots of children together. All right. because we didn't fully exterminate them off the land and send before the Lord, and we end up mixing and mingling with them. Were we supposed to? No. Did it happen? Yes. Also creating what the Bible describes as the confusion of faith, because some of our people actually look like Hamites. All right? These are Negroes. Okay? These are Hamites. Both have chocolate skin. Hamites are usually a little darker, usually. And they both have woolly hair. So let's go back to the Negroes. So-called. All right? Difference between them. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and read that. Let me read that real quick. Now that I brought it up, this is Amos 9 and 7. Are ye not as the children of Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel? Saith Yahweh, have I not brought up Israel out of the land of Egypt, and the Philistines from Captor, and the Syrians? Behold, the eyes of Yahweh power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the earth, face of the earth, saying that I will not utterly destroy the house of Israel, the house of Jacob, saith Yahweh. For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as the corn is sifted to seed, yet not the least of the grain shall fall upon the earth. So the elect is all about the elect. And that's who was talked about in Genesis. All right, those giants, those sons of God, the elect, Ephesians 1 and 4, they were predestinated. Okay, the elect of Israel, because not all Israel is Israel. Okay, Deuteronomy 7 and 6, and it reads, for thou art a holy people unto Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Call halal Yahweh by Hashem Shai by Hashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers. And Wa Abba Babal.